Hello viewers, good morning. सबके स्वागत करी आसे good morning दे. मैं लिसन लाइमचन. इतिया Bible scripture एकता पढ़ी लवा. For this reason, I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but give us power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 6 to 7. So yati Bible scripture pra man shikibole parado isor laga moram noile isor laga gift to man kidia pabo etu to man ke soram khelabole nohoy noile timid hobole dibo nohoy piche de loi jabole nohoy holibi man ke takat dibo moram dikhabo aro self discipline bi dikhabo na koi ase so isor la blessing lobole man hodai ready thakibole lage aro etu laga gifts ke man accept koribole hodai ready thakibole lage koina etu janai di ase. So viewers, itia mon thought of the day bi sai lobo. Stir up the gift God has given you. You were not given a spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and a sound mind. Yede thought of the day de man aji shikibole parado. Isor laga gift man ke digena thado. Man ke bhoi lakibole noile man ke piche loi jabole laga nohoy. Holibi tai man ke idu power, love aro sound mind gina ase koi ase to man power to fight the sins, the temptations aro moram so mamake moram dikhabole aro sound mind to fight all the temptations that we face in life. So man hotai presente thakibole lage aro especially presence of mind bi thakibole lage na etu nishnai man ge sound mind digina ase aro man ki जीवन दे सामना कुले आसे इदुकान सब तो इदु खान लगा गिफ्ट प्राही मान सामना करिबले पारिबो होइना इदु जनाइ दि आसे. আজি पुजोर मान गाना एकता हुनि लवा. Next semana ekta poem khata brahani lobo.
In His Hands by John Campbell Sharp. Twixt gleams of joy and clouds of thought, our feelings come and go. Our base state is tossed about in ceaseless ebb and flow. No mood of feeling, form of thought is constant for a day. But thou, O Lord, thou judgest not, the same thou art always. I grasp thy strength, make it mine own. My heart with bees is placed. I lose my hold, and then comes down darkness and cold unrest. Let me no more my comfort draw from my frail hold of thee. In this alone rejoice with joy, thy mighty grasp of me. Out of that weak, unquilled drift that comes but to depart, to that pure heaven my spirit lift, where thou unchanging art. Lay hold of me with thy strong grasp, let thy almighty arm in its embrace my weakness clasp, and I shall fear no harm. Thy purpose of eternal good, let me but surely know. On this I'll lean, let changing mood and feeling come or go. Glad when thy sunshine fills my soul, not lorn when clouds o'ercast. Since thou within thy sure control of love dost hold me fast.
Ajila poem to in his hands koina thakise. Idia healthy tips, pineapple la benefits ki ase etu kan sai lobo.
Benefits of pineapple. Pineapple is a tropical fruit known for its iconic shape, a spear of sweet and juicy flesh surrounded by a tough, segmented skin, with a tuft of spiky green leaves on top. The fruit is actually a collection of flowers, each with its own eye that is fused around the central core, which takes a staggering 3 years to mature. Pineapple is a significant and commercially grown fruit in Nagaland, with high-quality produce that is increasingly gaining recognition. The state is known for cultivating the Queen and Q varieties, with the latter often used as raw materials for food processing industries. Nagaland's unique soil and climate contribute to the excellent quality of its pineapples, particularly their high juice content, low fiber and sweetness. The benefits of pineapple may include source of antioxidants, longer lasting antioxidant protection, useful source of fiber, may aid digestion, may support iron absorption, may support healing after injury, may help relieve the symptoms of arthritis, may support immunity, may support the cardiovascular system, and may support anti-inflammatory bowel conditions. Let's learn about the top 10 health benefits of pineapple. Source of protective antioxidants. Pineapple are useful source of protective plant compounds, especially flavonoids known as antioxidants. Consuming these on a regular basis may reduce your risk of developing certain chronic health conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Longer-lasting antioxidants protection. Obtaining protective plant compounds antioxidants from food like pineapple that are also a rich source of insoluble fiber appears to prolong the protective effect of compounds like flavonoids, useful source of fiber. Being rich in fiber, fruit like pineapple may help support a healthy digestive system and improve the diversity and health of the community of beneficial microbes that reside in your gut, known as your gut microbiota. May aid digestion. Pineapple contains an enzyme known as bromelain. This breaks down the proteins in food into their smaller building blocks of amino acids and peptides, and is active in both the acid environment of the stomach and the alkaline conditions of the small intestine. It is the bromelain content that makes pineapple a useful digestive aid, for those who don't break down their food properly, especially for those with pancreatic insufficiency, a condition in which the pancreas fails to produce enough digestive enzymes. These properties make fresh flesh and juice of pineapple a useful tenderizer for meat or fish. May support iron absorption. Pineapple is a useful source of vitamin C. Pineapple is a useful source of vitamin C, with the canned fruit being especially rich. One interesting study suggested that consumption of canned pineapple over a 9-week period appeared to improve the hemoglobin levels of both underweight and normal weight subjects. Hemoglobin is an iron-containing protein and is where two-thirds of the body's iron is found. It is a major component of red blood cells and plays an important role in transporting oxygen around the body. The mechanism behind pineapple's benefit is thought to be the actions of vitamin C in improving iron absorption. May promote healing after injury. A number of studies suggested the bromelain helps reduce inflammation, swelling, and bruising after injury or surgery. It can even be useful in attacks before dental surgery, when it appears to help reduce pain and provide as much relief as anti-inflammatory medication. May help relieve the symptoms of arthritis. Numerous studies dating back as far as the 1960s have demonstrated how useful bromelain can be in the relief of the inflammatory pain associated with arthritis. It appears to have this analgesic action through a direct influence on the chemical mediators that are involved in our prescriptions of pain. May support immunity. A 9-week study of school children who ate either a moderate amount of canned pineapple, 140 grams, or a large amount, 280 grams, every day had a significantly lower risk of catching a viral or bacterial infection than those who ate none. In addition to this, those who ate the higher amount had 4 times the numbers of infection fighting with immune cells. May support the cardiovascular system. Once again, it is bromelain that appears to have value to the heart and circulatory system through its action on preventing or minimizing the severity of attacks of angina and transient ischemic attack. It's also thought that bromelain may break down cholesterol plaques responsible for hindering arteries and potentially leading to a condition called atherosclerosis, may be supportive for inflammatory bowel condition. Although research into the anti-inflammatory effects of bromelain on alleviating the symptoms of inflammatory bowel conditions look promising. In Nagaland, pineapple harvesting typically occurs in two main periods: summer (June to August) and winter (December to January). These periods are influenced by the planting time and the weather conditions that promote ripening. Some farmers also extend the harvest into September and October. The main season for pineapple harvesting in India, including Nagaland, is generally from July to September.
Cold and flu. Sudden temperature fluctuation impacts the health of many. Every year, millions of people struggle with coughing, sneezing, sniffling, achiness, and fever caused by cold and flu. Although they are caused by different viruses, colds and flu can cause similar symptoms such as cough, fatigue, and sore throat. Cold and flu symptoms. Colds are milder, while flu symptoms are more intense. For example, high fever and body aches are trademark symptoms of the flu, while colds do not usually result in serious health problems. Flu can lead to pneumonia and rarely death. Cold symptoms last about a week, while flu symptoms can last from 3 to 7 days or longer. Difference between cold and flu. While colds and the flu share some characteristics, there are also key differences. The common cold, also called viral rhinitis, is an upper respiratory infection that may be caused by one of more than 200 viruses. The most common are rhinoviruses, which generate up to 40% of colds, most often in the early fall and spring. Other viruses that can trigger colds include adenoviruses, respiratory syncytial virus, and seasonal coronaviruses, which should not be confused with SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus that caused COVID-19. Colds are most often transmitted by contact with germs from the nose and mouth via coughing, sneezing, or hand-to-hand contact. Influenza, known as the flu, is typically caused by either the influenza A or B virus. Most flu outbreaks occur during the winter. The influenza virus is quite contagious and is typically spread through the air or by direct contact with an infected person. Getting an animal flu vaccine at the beginning of flu season in October or November can reduce the chances of getting the flu and transmitting it to others. If you are experiencing symptoms and not sure what to do, we are here to help you. Cold symptoms and treatment. The common cold causes symptoms that affect the head and chest, such as sore throat, stuffy or runny nose, sneezing, and nagging cold. Fatigue and general aches and pain are also symptoms. Symptoms typically peak on the 2nd to 4th days of infection and last about 1 week. People are mostly infectious during the first 24 hours of the illness and usually remain contagious for as long as they have symptoms. Up to 25% of people may have persistent symptoms that last for several weeks. Although there is no cure for the common cold, some therapies can help treat and manage symptoms. These include getting enough rest, drinking plenty of fluids, gargling with warm salt water to ease a sore throat, inhaling steam from a hot shower, vaporizer, or humidifier to help clear nasal congestion. Over-the-counter medications also can help manage cold symptoms. Flu, symptoms and treatment. Flu season typically begins in October or November and peaks between December and February. However, significant flu activity can last as late as May. Flu symptoms and illness severity can vary depending on the virus type, a person's age, and their overall health. Although it is a respiratory virus, the infection can affect other body systems and make you feel sick all over. Common symptoms include moderate to high fever, 101 degree to 103 degree Fahrenheit, chills, muscle and joint aches, headaches, fatigue, cough, sore throat, runny nose, diarrhea, and dizziness. Influenza symptoms usually last about 4 to 5 days but can range from 24 hours to a week or longer. As long as you have symptoms, you are contagious. To ease symptoms, you can follow the same treatment protocol as the common cold. Plenty of rest and fluid and taking over-the-counter medications to alleviate fever and pain, such as acetaminophen. Some people develop severe complications from the flu. Pneumonia is the most serious, but other complications include asthma attacks, ear infections, bronchitis, sinusitis, inflammation of the heart or other muscles, and inflammation of the nervous system. Notify your doctor if you experience chest pain, shortness of breath, ear pain, fever that does not go away after 4 days, a cough that produces blood or thick, foul smell mucus. Because many flu symptoms overlap with COVID-19 symptoms, people should get tested for COVID-19 either within at home test or at a pharmacy or doctor.
So viewers, man iti aro next stage jai kina healthy tips laga porde sai lobo.
Jungle or Amazonia
is a moist, broadleaf tropical rainforest in the Amazon biome that covers most of the Amazon basin of South America. This region includes territory belonging to 9 nations and 3,344 indigenous territories. The majority of the forest, 60%, is in Brazil, followed by Peru with 13%, Colombia with 10%, and with minor amounts in Bolivia, Ecuador, French Guiana, Guyana, Suriname, and Venezuela. 4 nations have Amazonas as the name of one of the first-level administrative regions, and France uses the name Guyana Amazonian Park for French Guyana's protected rainforest area. The Amazon represents over half of the total area of remaining rainforest on Earth and comprises the largest and most biodiverse tract of tropical rainforest in the world, with an estimated 390 billion individual trees and about 16,000 species. More than 30 million people of 350 different ethnic groups live in the Amazon, which are subdivided into 9 different national political systems and 3,344 formally acknowledged indigenous territories. Indigenous peoples make up 9% of the total population, and 60 of the groups remain largely as isolated. Large-scale deforestation is occurring in the forest, creating different harmful effects. Economic losses due to deforestation in Brazil could be approximately 7 times higher in comparison to the cost of all commodities produced through deforestation. In 2023, the World Bank published a report proposing a non-deforestation-based economic program in the region. History. Based on archaeological evidence from an excavation at Caverna da Pedra Pintada, human inhabitants first settled in the Amazon region at least 11,200 years ago. Subsequent development to late prehistoric settlements along the periphery of the forest by AD 1250, which induced alterations in the forest cover. For a long time, it was thought that the Amazon rainforest was never more than sparsely populated, as it was impossible to sustain a large population through agriculture given the poor soil. Archaeologist Betty Magus was a prominent proponent of this idea, as described in her book Amazonia, Man and Culture in a Counterfeit Paradise. She claimed that a population density of 0.2 inhabitants per square kilometer is the maximum that can be sustained in the rainforest through hunting, with agriculture needed to host a larger population. However, recent anthropological findings have suggested that the region was actually densely populated. The Upano Valley sites in present-day eastern Ecuador predate all known complex Amazonian societies. Biodiversity. Home to around 3 million species of plants, animals, and insects. It includes unique creatures like the jaguar, sloth, toucan, anaconda, and pink river dolphin. Trees. Contains more than 390 billion trees, including mahogany, rubber trees, and the towering kapok. Amazon River. One of the longest and largest rivers in the world, flowing over 6,400 kilometers and providing life to the forest. Importance. Produces 20% of Earth's oxygen, earning it the name lungs of the planet. Helps regulate the global climate by absorbing large amounts of carbon dioxide. A source of many medicinal plants used in treating diseases and pain relief. People of the forest. Around 400 to 500 indigenous tribes live in the Amazon, many with unique languages and cultures. Some tribes still live in isolation, protecting their way of life and the forest. Why it matters? The Amazon is not just a forest, it is a life support system for the earth. Protecting it is vital
for the health of the planet, especially in the fight against climate change and biodiversity loss. The Amazon rainforest is one of the most vital natural ecosystems on Earth. It supports millions of species, regulates the global climate, and provides essential oxygen. However, it faces serious threats from deforestation and climate change. Protecting the Amazon is not just about saving trees, it's about preserving life, balancing our environment, and securing the future of our planet. Key facts about the Amazon forest. Biodiversity. Home to over 3 million species of plants and animals. Over 400 billion individual trees with about 16,000 different species. Host iconic animals such as jaguars, sloths, anacondas, poison dart frogs, and happy eagles. Environmental importance. Known as the lungs of the earth, the Amazon absorbs large amounts of carbon dioxide and produces oxygen. Plays a vital role in regulating the global climate and maintaining the planet's water cycle. Amazon River. Amazon River is the second longest river in the world and the largest by volume. It has over 1,100 tributaries and is vital for transport and life in the region. Indigenous people. Over 400 indigenous tribes live in the Amazon, many of whom rely on the forest for food, medicine, and shelter. Some tribes are still uncontacted, living in complete isolation. Threats. Major threats include deforestation, illegal logging, mining, agriculture, and climate change. Loss of the rainforest would have catastrophic global effects, including rising temperatures and disrupted rainfall patterns. The Amazon rainforest, often referred to as the lungs of the earth, is one of the most vital and biodiverse ecosystems on the planet. It plays a crucial role in regulating the global climate, producing oxygen, and supporting countless species of plants, animals, and indigenous communities. Despite its immense ecological importance, the Amazon faces serious threats from deforestation, illegal logging, mining, and climate change. Protecting and preserving this natural treasure is essential not only for the well-being of the region, but also for the health of our entire planet. Collective global efforts are needed to ensure the Amazon rainforest continues to thrive for future generations.
So viewers, idu thakise Wonders of the World. Etia mon weather reports chanai dibo. Perende maximum 28, minimum 23. Dimapur maximum 31, minimum 27. Kohima maximum 23, minimum 19. Peg maximum 26, minimum 19. Woka maximum 29, minimum 25. Zanapoto maximum 21, minimum 18. Kifrey maximum 26, minimum 22. Mukokchong maximum 26, minimum 22. Kwensang maximum 21, minimum 17. Mon maximum 25, minimum 22. Longleng maximum 22, minimum 18. Aron Noklak maximum 21, minimum 17. Aji puchor la good morning updates stay dukani thakibo.